everybody, I'm jumping on again. I didn't really think I'd like making videos. I didn't think that videos were my forte. But it turns out I thoroughly enjoy it. I always saw myself as a writer. And I am. I really like writing. But it's nice to just be able to talk too. So I'm going to just do a little daily message for Twin Flames, and it's meant for whoever hears it. It's just that simple. I'm using an Angel card deck by Adoring Virtue. And let's see what happens. So this is going to be for Wednesday, March 21st, 2018. And it's just going to be a little whatever comes out, comes out. So as far as my astrology goes, I'm a Sagittarius, but my moon is in Capricorn. So I'm highly structured. It's kind of a weird combination because Sagittarius is so wild and free. But then my moon is in Capricorn, and so that's like, I also desire a lot of structure and to know what's coming up ahead. But that kind of blocks my creativity that wants to come out. And my ascendant's in Pisces. So that's just like a kind of a difficult combination. But once you identify your astrology, if you feel like you're ever at war with your own self, I would check into your astrology. It helps make sense of a lot of things. Okay. So the cards just kind of went everywhere. And what's fun is my cards just kind of flew all over the place. And at the same time, this one popped out and it's play. Play. So I know right away what this is. When you meet your twin flame, you're called in to do all this healing work. And it is work. It's good to heal. It's fun to heal, obviously, because it leads to deeper peace and better self-understanding, closer connection with your twin and God and life itself. But it's work too. You start realizing your responsibility for your own union, and it almost starts to like plague you in a way. You're like, have I done enough mirror exercises today? Have I done enough inner work today? Have I noticed my own shortcomings enough today? And it since your twin is your mirror and they bring up all this stuff for you to heal, it becomes this huge project. It's like, wow, okay. And it's never ending. It's truly, the healing work is never ending. It could go on forever. It will go on forever until you reach perfect union, in which that is achieving a point of perfect union with your twin flame. And it also means you have perfect union with God, and you will not experience an upset or trigger or anything like that ever again. You will be in perfect union. Literally, you will have achieved a level of perfection. We're all working towards that. It's the ascension. And it feels like work a lot of the time. I know my best friend, she was really honest with me once, which I appreciate. I love, what's the point of having friends if they're not honest, right? She at one point was like, I don't think I even want to meet my twin flame because it just seems like a ton of work. And that can come up a lot too. I see it in a lot of forums that aren't Jeff and Shaleia's forums. It's like, oh, fuck this. No one would sign up for this. This is too much work. I just want someone who it works with right off the bat, and it's easy, and there's not all this drama and upheaval and stuff. Well, here's the thing is, your twin flame is you. Your twin flame is you. You are meeting yourself, and all that upheaval and drama that you think is coming from them is coming from you. You are meeting yourself, and all the pain that comes up, all the triggering that happens, it was already inside of you. They didn't bring it upon you and bring you new pain and new triggers. They came and showed you your own pain and your own triggers that you already had. I think a lot of people get caught up in, this is such hard work. I just screw it. This is too hard. That's giving up on yourself and your own ascension and your own healing journey. Don't get trapped in the mindset that you're trying to make yourself perfect for somebody else so that they'll love you finally. Your twin flame is you. Okay? So you're not trying to win someone over. You're just trying to come into perfect alignment with your own self. Who doesn't want that? You know, it's just people get really caught up in old paradigm relationships and like, oh, I don't have to win anyone over. I don't have to do any work to earn someone's love. No, you don't. But this is inner healing work. This is deep growth. This is coming into union with God. And since your twin flame is you, it's just a natural result of that. The whole obsession with trying to be with your twin flame is just your obsession with trying to be with God. You're just obsessively working towards union with God. Then your twin flame is your partner in that. But sometimes it can feel like, oh, I feel like I've been at it. I feel like I'm always working hard to try to get results. And I think that's why this card came up today for the Twin Flame Collective play. Yes, don't stop ever doing inner healing work, but what's the point of doing inner healing work if you're not going to have a good time? What I don't mean is go out and get hammered and like run naked through the streets. But like maybe take a day off from extensive focus on inner healing. Maybe don't actively do inner work today. Is that allowed? Yeah. This is all at your own pace. And pushing yourself so hard, so fast that you end up ill or depressed or anxious or feeling like it's not worth it. Well, it's because you're pushing too hard, too fast. So, I just got a bike. Not like a motorcycle, but like a bike. Like a real old-fashioned bike. And I didn't realize how much fun it was. I forgot because I haven't had a working bike in a long time. And it's just, riding it around is so much fun. I get so much joy out of it. If baking muffins brings you joy, do that. If there's like a new movie that came out in the theaters and you want to see it, take the day off work and go see it. Giggle. Play with your pets all day. Maybe just take a little, just if you're playing, you actually are focused on yourself. And it is healing to play. So the secret is you're never taking a break. from your inner healing work. Even if you think you are, by playing, that playfulness is healing you. So you just are always doing the right thing. And this card came up, steady progress, which is perfect. Meaning, yeah, slow your roll and play, because you are making really good progress. One step at a time. You can't take more than one step at a time. Otherwise, you will fall over. You'll break your knee or something. Yeah, it says, we acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. Yeah. So try not to be so focused on the end result of Twin Flame Union that you forget to infuse love and play into your everyday life. There's no point in being with your twin flame if you're not in love with life and ready to have a good time, because all you're going to want to do with your twin flame is play and have fun and giggle. So if you're not doing that now, why not? Your twin flame is just as goofy as you are, and they like to play in the exact same way that you do. So just play and remember that you're making wonderful progress. Sometimes it's hard to not have confirmation of this progress in the physical realm. You may have been doing all this inner healing work and you're not seeing any external results. But that's actually a huge lesson in what true progress is. True progress is, do you feel more peaceful every day? Are you able to work through upsets more quickly when they arise and understand what the true underlying cause of the upset was? Have you gotten better at your relationships with your family and your friends? Are you learning things? Are you feeling more connected to God and your own spirituality? And the last card is be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. How are you really feeling? If you're not feeling good, you're not feeling good. If you are feeling great, you don't have to be pulled down by other people who don't feel great. What is it you really need? You know? I'm going to pull a clarifier card for be honest with yourself. So you got really lighthearted energy. Be honest. I don't think I even need to pull a clarifier card. It got clarified for me as I was shuffling. I get tripped up a lot by the imagery that is on cards. I get really tripped up on it, and it's something that I am working on as a reader, because a lot of times, all cards are made by people, and they infuse their own energies and their own takes on things into the cards. I would really like to create my own deck, so I was never puzzled or needing clarification on cards, because I get so tripped up by the pictures sometimes. See, she just looks not that happy. So immediately my first reaction was, be honest with yourself about where you feel unhappy. And that's true. If there is an area of your life or with your twin where you're genuinely not happy, don't stifle that for the sake of pretending to be happy. But also what I'm getting from this is be honest with yourself about how good it feels to think about and connect with your twin. Like, be honest with yourself about how much you really love them and want to spend every day with them. Is it okay how much you love them? Yes. Is it okay how much you're doing to work towards union with them? Yeah. Is it okay that you're finding out that what you want out of life is a little bit different than what you thought you should want out of life, or what you were pursuing before you met your twin? Yeah. Is it okay that you changed your mind about things? Yeah. Be honest with yourself about who you truly are. If meeting your twin made you reevaluate things and look at things differently and start to see where you were lying to yourself about who you really are and what you really want, don't look at them and think, oh, they came in and ruined my life and my perception of myself. No, they came in and blessed you with truth and real sight. They gave you the gift of truly seeing yourself, not who you pretend to be or who you want other people to think you are. She seems to be having a hard time embracing herself. If you embrace yourself, you are also embracing your twin flame. Because they are you. It is your job to find every part of you that you're disowning and embrace it. And know that you're making steady progress. You're making beautiful progress, even if you don't see it. And just relax and play. Let out your inner child. I know I personally sometimes feel guilty if I'm having fun for too long. Like, I better get back to my responsibilities now. But God made Earth as our playground. And yeah, there's a lot of BS on the planet right now that needs to be cleaned up and changed. But we can't do it all in one day. And if we don't take the time to relax and play, we're not going to really maintain the feeling that there's anything worth fighting for anyway. Because we're just going to get burnt out and bitter all the time. Yeah. So I'm going to end with, there's this book I have, Daily Guideposts, 2004, but we'll just ignore that. It's still good. Spirit lifting thoughts for every day of the year. March 21st. We'll just see what it says. So it says, kneeling, standing, or sitting, Lord, let my whole day be a prayer to you. And what stands out to me with that is the play card that I put, and the embracing all that you are. You can find love in doing the dishes. I know I do. You can find love in anything. Kneeling, standing, or sitting. Lord, let my whole day be a prayer to you. I feel like part of my purpose here on earth is to help people get over their triggers with God and religion and words like Lord. Because when I read that, I didn't personally feel triggered, but I felt triggering. Because referring to God as Lord, it signifies a sense of being owned, or like God has ownership of me. But here's the thing is, you did not create yourself. God created you. this is not a negative thing. You wouldn't be here being able to think badly about God or think well of God. Do you realize that God is so cool and laid back in love that he created you with the ability to not even like him? Like, you can do whatever you want. Ultimately, it'll never be for your benefit to go against God. But that's not because he's a dictator. It's because he knows you better than you know yourself, because he created you. That's like having a really dear friend who knows you better than you know yourself and can point out when you're being honest with yourself and when you're truly happy versus when you're faking it or lying to yourself. It's just, there's just been such a feeling of being estranged from God. And I think the human collective also carries a lot of guilt over the choices we've made as humans to go against God's will time and time again, and not stand up for love and not put God first. I'm kind of losing spirituality in the name of religion, although that's completely turning around now. People are dropping religion left and right and embracing spirituality, which is wonderful. So, there's a little thing on here. It says, "Today I notice knees and kneeling. The world kneels ceaselessly in work and prayer." Because when you're working, you may not literally be on your knees working, but you are doing something in service to something that is not you. And in a way, your spirit is kneeling before whatever task you're doing. An elderly woman creaks to her knees this morning in church. A man kneels in his garden to work the earth. A teacher kneels to listen carefully to a child. A tree kneels to find purchase on a steep hillside. 3 nuns kneel in the little basement chapel of their house and pray for new nuns. A young man kneels by a dead cat on the highway. My wife kneels to scrub the bathroom for the 1000th time without complaint. Our sons kneel absorbed over a board game. There's the play. Our daughter kneels to root under her bed for clothes and homework and pencils and other Paleozoic ephemera. I don't know what that means. Ephemera. A cheerful electrician kneels in my office to repair a fuse. I kneel to collect socks scattered on the floor by the washer and dryer. I note the knobby knees of herons and robins and jays. I note the hairy feathered knees of 2 dogs. I note the worn knees of the worn jeans of a worn carpenter. An old man kneels in the grocery to reach the cheapest can of soup. All those knees touching the ground, all those respectful genuflections, all those prayerful attitudes, conscious or not. I'm going to pause there for a second, because prayer is not always going like this. Dear Father that art thou in heaven, blah, 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 blah. God is not so formal. So remember, God created you, and however you communicate is how God communicates with you. It's very personal. Through songs, through art, through license plates, through your best friend. God's always communicating to you with love. Only ever with love. If it's not love and peace, it's not God. It's something else. But being prayerful is just being mindful, is just being connected, is just being present. I wonder if indeed we pray without ceasing and without knowing much of the time. Every thought is a prayer. I wonder if every time a knee touches ground, a silent prayer is said. I wonder if the very act of kneeling is itself a prayer, an admission of humility, a bow to the extraordinary architect whose stunning breath created everything that is. Kneeling, standing, or sitting, Lord, let my whole day be a prayer to you. Yeah, that feels great. So just be present today. That's all you have to do. Be present, be playful. Know that you are always making progress. You're always praying to God. Yeah, that feels good. Have a good day, everybody. Happy spring. First day of spring was yesterday, but happy spring. At least in the northern hemisphere. Yeah, that felt really good. I hope it brought anybody peace of mind and comfort. It's supposed to be peaceful. I wrote that in my journal. I got a beautiful journal. It's We Moon Gaia Rhythms for Women. I love it. It's not really a good planner for me because the days are so small. I like to have a lot of space for every day. But it's really cool because it has all the moon phases and a lot about astrology in it. But I wrote something at the beginning of this week, and it says, it's supposed to be peaceful. It's supposed to be peaceful. If you're feeling anxiety, doubt, fear, that's not of God, and that's not your natural state. So work through it, figure out what it is, and return to peace. You're not supposed to be scared. You're not supposed to be stressed. I know I have personally associated stress with the idea that, well, that's how I know that I'm doing work that's worthwhile as I'm stressed out. It's like a trade. I must be working hard and accomplishing something because I feel so bad. Ugh. That's not good. That's no good. It's supposed to be peaceful. Yeah. If you want Twin Flame or just plain old spiritual counseling, I offer sessions, all different kinds, on my site, higherlove.net. I also do one question readings where I pull one card and one runestone and channel an answer to whatever question, doesn't matter what it is. I do past, present, future readings, blockbuster readings that identify your main block to Twin Flame Union and help you work through it. And then Twin Flame Circle spreads that show where you and your twin are energetically, the blocks that you're both working through, and you'll see how they're mirroring each other. And then upcoming union energy and how to move through those blocks. So yeah, visit me on my site if you'd like to. Otherwise, just stay tuned for the next video. I'm sure it'll be very soon because I've been enjoying doing this. So have a good day.